All right, welcome everyone. We've got our fabulous Dr. Ona Love Brown with us to do our mindset training tonight, Awaken Mind. We are getting closer and closer to launching it in Charleston in about 7.5 weeks, getting super excited about that. So I am going to hand it over because I've got a little bit of background noise here. So I apologize, but looking very forward to seeing those of you who are coming to Charleston. If you've been considering it, please do. It's going to be an amazing, amazing, epic event. And you'll be able to see Dr. Ona Love Brown there. So Ona, I'm going to hand it over.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. And I just want to say I'm excited to see everyone that's going to make it to Charleston. It's going to be off the chain. You do not want to miss this event. So please make sure you prioritize it. Don't put it off. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. We need to see you there. All right. And the other thing I wanted to say for everyone that lifted me in prayer, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot stress it enough. It's just amazing when you have doctors scratching their heads like, oh, you're recovering so fast. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I got a prayer team. Okay. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's get in. So one of the things that I wanted to go over tonight and actually share with you was the power of building a winning team. The power of building a winning team. That's right, the power of building a winning team. And one of the things that came up for me as I was pulling this together and really seeking God for direction and really wanting to make sure that I gave you some powerful points that can help you in building this winning team was oftentimes we don't have a winning team because of certain things. Right? So there's things that block us from having this winning team. And I wanted to take a different approach instead of going down what it looks like. Let's talk about what blocks us. Let's talk about what holds us back. Let's talk about some of the things that keep us from having that particular winning team. All right. So one of the first things that came up for me was we don't believe that anyone will want to be on our team. How many of you can relate to that? If you can relate to that, raise your hand. Make a comment if it's something that you can relate to. So oftentimes we have this limited belief that there's not going to be enough people. I see your hand, Sharon. I see your hand, Donna. I see you. And I understand that. I've been there, Beth. I've been there, Cleo. And so we can remember being on the little team when we were, waiting to be picked as a team for like kickball or baseball or football and basketball, whatever it is. And for whatever reason, if you weren't good, if you weren't athletic, if you didn't have the great skills, they may say, oh, I don't really want them on my team, or can she be on your team, or can he be on that team? And so oftentimes we hold on to those patterns, we hold on to those limited belief thoughts, and we still believe that no one's going to want to be on our team. And if that is your belief, how many of you know as a man or woman thinketh, so is he or she? So if that's a limited belief that you've been holding on to, I would like to challenge you. I would like to invite you to release that belief tonight, right now, in this moment, because there is a lot of people in this world that would be honored, that would be tickled pink, like me in this pink. They would be so happy. They would be so excited. They would be so elated to be on your team. Why? Because you're special, because you're unique, because you have a giving heart, because you're generous, because you're loving, because you're kind, because you have something that no one else on this planet has in the way that you have it. So I want you to, if this is one of your challenges, if this is one of your beliefs, I see you, Deneen, I think she said, or Dania, she said, you're talking to me. So if this is something that you're dealing with, I want you to release that. Let it go tonight and start to spend time in the quiet, secret place of your mind and your spirit and your heart, and see yourself having the winning team. See it being beautiful and powerful and really effective, and being able to make a difference in the world with this winning team. Shift your belief on that. The other thing is, one of the reasons why we don't have our winning team is because we think we're shy. How many of you can relate to this? Raise your hand, all my shy people. when I used to speak in front of live audiences, I would say, shy people unite. Raise your hand if you're shy, if you see yourself as shy, if that's something that you've identified yourself as being. I saw myself as shy. I see you, Abby. She said, yep. I saw myself as shy and introverted. I saw myself as someone who was not necessarily the person that could take the stage before thousands, or a person that would be able to just go into a room and meet new people. Because of that perception of being a shy introvert, oftentimes I lived out that reality until things happened where I had to shift that, where I had to grow beyond that. It's okay, Joan, if you're introverted. Introverted people rock. We are powerful. We have our own type of power, right? And I think I am an introvert. I see myself as an introvert who has extrovert tendencies. So I know what to do. I know how to turn it on. I know how to be in various spaces, and I love people, but sometimes after a while, I have to go and replenish. I have to go and recharge. I have to go and just get some time to bathe in the silence. But a real extrovert, that's my dad, okay? So he goes and we'll speak, we'll coach, we'll train, and it's like 9, 10 at night, and I'm like, oh, we had a full day, let's go call it a night. And he's like, hey guys, why don't you come up to the penthouse and we'll order food? And it's like 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and he's still going, and I'm like, can we get these people out of the room? So he doesn't have a turn down. That's a real extrovert. Any extroverts out there? Extrovert Tammy, she's like, let's go. All right, extroverts, I see you, I love you, I admire you, I think you're amazing. You guys you're like the ever going, what do you call it? The nonstop bunny. Linda said, yeah, that's me. So you have to know who you are, know your strengths, identify your areas of challenge. I don't like to say weaknesses, but don't allow yourself to be blocked from building your winning team because of a perception that you have of yourself that could be limiting you, that could be holding you back, that could get you stuck. And so if that's the case, you want to release that now and start to shift and create a different perception of yourself. See yourself as you would like to be. I'm not saying that you have to turn or totally transform yourself into someone else, but just know how you can set yourself up to win. So if you're an extreme extrovert, then you need a wingman or a wing woman. You need someone that can help you to grow beyond those areas of fear and nervousness and anxiety and stress when it comes to connecting with other people. Now, the other thing that oftentimes blocks us from being able to grow into building this powerful new team is that we don't really have the ability to work a room. And that comes with the wingman. So we don't know, and I would say work a room, I would say work a Zoom, or work what do you call those things where you go on live, a Clubhouse, or work an actual Facebook group, whatever. You need to be able to work that. And when I say work that, show yourself friendly. Introduce yourself. Let people know what you have. Let people know who you are. Let people see your light. Let people tap into how amazing and awesome you are and what it is that you're bringing that can help to change their lives, that can help to create legacy wealth for them, that can help to get them into that space, that ideal weight, or to get them into that place of optimum health and unlimited wealth. You have to learn how you're going to be able to share that in a powerful way, and that's going to help you to build your team. And so practice doesn't make perfect. No, practice makes better. So practice you're within the mirror with yourself, or practice with your children, or practice with a group of people, a small group of people, family, friends, people that love you and care about you. Anything that you can do to get better at that, that's going to help to strengthen your confidence. It's going to help to grow your belief in yourself. It's going to help you so that when you get in those moments, in those situations, you can actually shine. You can rise to the occasion and do what you have to do in a powerful way, right? So the other thing that I think that blocks us from being able to build a winning team is too much solo energy. Okay, so I used to say solo, oh no, that's right. Solo, oh no. If you have a mindset of me, myself, and I, if you have a mindset I remember I had this multi-millionaire coaching client that, you know, he was worth over 300 or 400 million, private jet, private helicopter. But here's the thing, he had a very limited belief about the people that he would hire, the people that he was employing. He had over 500 employees. And one of the beliefs that he had was something that we uncovered that he had actually inherited from his father and his grandfather. And that was, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, right? And the other limited belief he had was that good help is hard to find. It's hard for me to find limiting thoughts because I'm real good at removing them from my mind. And then when I have to pull them up, it's a challenge. So good help is hard to find. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So if that is the case, we realized that oftentimes that was the reason why there was a big turnover. That was the reason why people were not going the extra mile. People were not rising to be leaders. People were not doing all the things that they could do in a powerful way. And so once we began to shift that belief within him, and I always teach, when a fish dies, it stinks from the head first, right? All of a sudden, people started coming early and staying late. He started being able to delegate more. He started being able to allow people to rise up and be great leaders and shine in a different way. He started seeing people wanting to stay longer and excited about coming to work. So it was the shift in him that shifted everything else, because the limited beliefs, we began to expand. And I said, what if good help is not hard to find? What if every time you want something done right, it doesn't have to be done by you? Imagine that. And so as we began to shift those limited beliefs, then all of a sudden we saw a different reality among his actual company, within his company. And so I say that, I'm coming back to what I said, solo, oh no. I want you to understand that if this is a mindset that you have, it could be sabotaging you. It could be holding you back. It could be limiting the powerful team that you could be building, because somewhere in your heart of hearts, you don't believe it's possible. Somewhere in your heart of hearts, you think the only way something is going to work is if it's just me, because I'm the only one that's ever really been there for me. And so I want you to understand that that is dated methodology, and it doesn't work in this day and time. There's a reason why there are multi-million and billion-dollar corporations that are doing mergers with other companies and sometimes former competitors in order to stay afloat in this global economy. So that mindset is not working for you. Let it go. Let it go. Put that in the comments. Let it go. I'm willing to let it go. I'm going to let it go. You can just put let it go. And that's your point of contact. You're going to let that go. You don't have to hold on to that. It's not serving you. It's not the best for you. You're bigger than that. You're greater than that. This is a new time. This is a new day. And I want you to step into that. So let it go. Goodbye. Let it go. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Michelle. I see you, Barb. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Missy. Thank you, Sharon. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. All right. Now that takes us to the next one. The next point that I want us to think about what is holding us back from building this powerful team. And that is that oftentimes we have been hurt. We have had someone that let us down, someone that disappointed us, someone that we thought we could count on that was not there when we thought we should be able to see them, someone that either they told a story on us, they betrayed us, they stole from us, they let us down in the time when we needed them the most. And this happens in life. And oftentimes when you think about building your winning team, this emotion comes up, you revisit the hurt, you revisit the pain, you revisit what has happened to you in the past. And as a result, you allow it to keep you stunted, to keep you in a frozen position, to keep you like a deer looking into headlights, and it blocks you and it sabotages you and it holds you back. And so you're not building this winning team because someone let you down. If someone has let you down and you know you are still in the process of healing from that, you know that you're still in the process of being okay with that, you're still in the process of trying to get to a peaceful space with that, because what they did was not right. What they did, you did not deserve. You deserve much better. Then I want you to take some time to really be okay with that right now and to release the pain. Release the pain and let yourself be able to forgive, because the gift of forgiveness, and I have a CD that I created, I'm showing my age, but I have a CD that I created. It's an audio file too, so, but it's called The Gift of Forgiveness. And it was so funny because Dad and I had fallen out and he was like, okay, I'm sorry, can we make up? I said, meet me in the studio. We're gonna have to work it out in the studio. We got in the studio. We almost tore up the whole studio, but we got to a place of peace. And we were able to have love have the last word. And so the gift of forgiveness is one of the greatest gifts that you'll ever give to yourself. Oftentimes we think it's something we're giving to that person, but the reality is that we're giving it to ourselves. Okay, now, is there anyone that's willing to admit it's a safe space? It's a safe space. There's no judgment. How many of you know that there's some forgiveness work that you get to do right now? There's some forgiveness work that is waiting on you to actually do, because there's stuff that you're holding on to that's holding you back. And the saying I love is let go or be dragged. Okay, I see you. I see you. It's okay, Roxanne. It's okay, Claudette. It's okay. I love it. It's all right. Yes, if you have some forgiveness work to do, then do the forgiveness work. Say right now, I forgive. You can just say it. It's not hard. I forgive. It doesn't mean they were right. It doesn't mean it didn't hurt. It doesn't mean that you were wrong. It doesn't mean that they are going to benefit from this. You are going to benefit from this. You are going to make yourself lighter. You're going to raise your mindset, your energy. You're going to be able to receive all that's there for you, because if you can release this and let it go, if you can forgive, then you're giving yourself the greatest gift that you can ever give yourself. You deserve it. Thank you, Claudette, for releasing it. Thank you, Letitia. Let go, or be dragged. Okay, so we understand that there's a couple of things that can be holding us back from our winning team. The other thing that I believe that holds us back from our winning team is that our follow-up is not as good as it should be. We don't have solid follow-up. I'm amazed when throughout the years, and I've been an entrepreneur since 1995, when I would actually get people's cards and I would go home and I would list out everything, put it in like a spreadsheet or in my database or maybe my little activity log, and I would call people. I would send them an email first, and then I would call them, and they would be like, wow, you actually called? Like, wow, you actually sent me an email? Like, wow, you really followed up? It's like, well, what is everyone else doing at these events? Okay, Missy said, I struggle with follow-up. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your transparency. Does anyone else have challenges with follow-up? If you have some challenges with follow-up, it's okay. This is a safe space. We can admit it. I see you, Michelle. I see you, Carol. I see you, Cleo. If you have challenges with follow-up, then this is where your winning team can come in, because it may be somebody that you need on your team that's really good with follow-up. And you might find a way to create a win-win scenario. You might find a way to invest in hiring them. You may find a way to do something that brings benefit to them, and they're willing to bring that benefit and that gift and that talent to you. Or you can challenge yourself to get better at it. You can take small bites and do a little bit over time, but don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. Please be gentle with yourself. This is a time when we can feel like we're supposed to have 50,000 things together, 50,000 things going right all at the same time. But the reality is, the more gentle you are with yourself, the better you're able to take on these new areas of development, these new areas of growth. And that is why I want you to make sure that you're not beating yourself up, because oftentimes when you do that, then we'll get into a space of just not doing anything, because it's already, we've defeated ourselves in our head. We've already told ourselves it's not going to work out. We told ourselves, I'm not going to follow up. I'm not good at follow up, and this isn't going to work for me. It might work for other people, but it's not going to work for me. How many people have a mindset that things work better for other people than they work for you? Does it seem like that sometimes? I know when you see people on the they having these dream lives on social media that they only show you when it's amazing, right? And it seems like they have this dream life and you're still trying to figure out how to get the basics in alignment. Can anyone relate to that? It's okay. It's a safe space. We're all figuring it out. We're all a work in progress. There's no one that's perfect. Whenever I do trainings, I say, hey, excuse me, before we start, I want to know if there's anyone perfect in the room that has it all together. Would you mind levitating to the front of the room? And no one, I'm like, oh, no one's levitating? No, okay, so that means we're all a work in progress. So now we have a safe space that we can start from, that we can build from. So be gentle with yourself. And don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Just find a way to set yourself up to win. Once you understand, once you know where your challenge areas are, what you're missing. The other thing that I think that blocks us from having a winning team is that oftentimes we only want people on the team that's just like us, right? We want people that, oh, I resonate with them. They like purple. I like purple. They like soccer. I like soccer. They like to cook. I like to cook. They like scrapboarding. I like scrapboarding. And the reality is, most of the time, people just like you are the last thing you need on your team, right? You need someone that, if you don't have a proclivity for detail, you need someone that's a very detailed person that's going to get on your last nerve and ask you 50,000 questions about things that could go wrong and could go wrong at the worst possible time. You may need someone, if you're an introvert, if you're an extrovert, you may need an introvert. If you're an introvert, you may need an extrovert. There is something about offsetting those challenges in those areas. Somebody says scrapboarding, love it, yeah. Any Scrabble people in here? Because you know I love Scrabble. And if you would like to be spanked by me in Scrabble, in Charleston, let me know. We can arrange that, no problem. So definitely make sure that you have people that are going to offset your weaknesses, people that's going to bring out the best in you, and people that's going to help you to be able to fill in those gaps, those areas that you might have, those areas of challenge, and know that that's what you actually need. Now, oftentimes we don't know how to find those people because we don't know how to go in a room and find the stars in the room. I'm really good at finding stars in the room because they stand out to me. And I think the reason why is because years ago, my dad always told me, you know, you're going to have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince. And so I always have this mindset that there are, out of 100 people, you're going to find a good 3 or 4 powerful stars, powerhouses. I mean, people that keep their word, people that positive, people that love to make a difference, people that are unstoppable and relentless, people that just they take whatever project they're a part of and take it to the next level, and they just bring their A game with pleasure. I love those type of people. And I know that we're not always going to be there, because there's going to be rough times in our lives. We're going to have valleys. We're going to have setbacks. We're going to have disappointments. We're going to have challenges. We're going to have people that flake on us, people that don't keep their word, people that will not be there. My little brother said, if they're in life, you have to know who you can count on and who you should count out. And honestly, that's what happens when we're growing through this thing called life. We're all growing and finding ourselves in this new season of life. And as we are evolving, as we're growing and we're getting better, that's the intention, is to get better every day in every way, and finding a way to make a greater impact, to make more difference, and to make God proud with everything that we do. Then we're going to have to be willing to face some stuff about ourselves. We're going to have to be willing to look at the areas of our lives that might require some work. And once we're willing to push up our sleeves and do the work, that's when we get to see what we're really capable of. That's when we really get to give birth to the greatest version of who we are. That's when we get to really shine our light in a powerful way. And so I just want to say this to you. I don't know what you're going through in your own individual world right now. I know that we all have something special to give. I know that we're all a part of this beautiful family of Awaken Nation family. We've got this powerful product called Zenith, and we have this opportunity to make a difference with it. We got a tool in our toolbox to make a difference in the world. And so I just want to encourage you, as you're working on your mind, as you're expanding your vision, as you're shifting your perception of yourself, as you're growing and releasing things that could be holding you back, and the limited thinking and the limited behavior patterns and the limited emotions and things that are no longer serving you, I say, let it go. I say, rise to the occasion. I say, shine your light brightly, because no one else in this world can shine their light in the way that you can shine your light, because you've cornered the market on being you. And that is a powerful gift. And as I close, I just want you to remember that even though things may be challenging at times, remember to press forward and to do all you can. A.L. Williams said, all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough, but make sure you do all you can do. So keep pressing forward, and remember that you are the answer to someone's prayer. Thank you for being who you are. Blessings.
Thank you, Dr. Ona. Love you all. Wonderful, wonderful message. Guys, God bless. Have a great week. We're going to do great things. Shipping is in full swing. And before you know it, we're going to see the turnaround. It's already happening. And that's the shift that I already prayed for and believe for. And once you believe for it and pray for it, the next thing you know, you're holding it in your hands. So thank you, Dr. Ona. Beautiful message. We'll talk to you guys next week.